something like this. Right, you all know that previously there was this empire called the Greek Empire. So for a long time they were trying to conquer the enemies, which were actually known as the city of Troy. Now this city of Troy was much smaller than than Greece. But you know what? For many, many decades, or perhaps even centuries, the Greeks have been trying to conquer the city of Troy, but to no avail. And so at last, and by the way, do you know why it was so difficult to actually conquer this city? It was a tiny city, but this tiny city appeared to be an impregnable fortress. Now because this city was actually surrounded by some really tall walls, there was some 9 meters tall. So it was almost impossible for the Greeks. By the way, yet during the time, right, there weren't any airplanes. So it wasn't easy to actually climb over the walls and to invade that city. So finally the Greeks decided, they had a meeting, they said, in order for us to conquer the city, what we got to do is that we got to strategize. And what they did was that, of course, the Greeks are some of the best architects in the world, right? So they decided to build this very huge wooden horse, beautiful wooden horse, and place it right outside the city gates. And guess what? Pretending that they had lost the battle, they fled to the nearby mountains. Now meanwhile, if you were the Trojans that were looking from inside the city, and there was this deafening silence outside, what would you probably be thinking, Stephen? Wow, this is awesome, this is beautiful. I should go and possess this horse, am I right? But you know what? There was still some fear inside. I said, what if there's the enemies had planted something there? But at last, after days of waiting, and their patience actually ran out. And against all the warnings of the prophets, they said, let's go bring this horse into our city. And so they brought, hundreds of men, strong, able men, and they started pulling this huge horse into the city. Now guess what happened during the same night? Now there were actually some of the best soldiers, right, that were planted in the wooden horse. And they came up from the horse the same evening. They opened up the doors, and the rest of the armies flooded into the city, and they burned down the entire city in just one night, where they had failed to invade for many, many centuries. Now, why am I sharing this story with you? What do you think is the significance of this story? Anyone?
Patience.
Yes.
Hiding your message inside.
You're hiding your message inside. Your strategy. Okay, what does it got to do with our topic today on influence? Now, what if today I'm here to share with you that communication takes place in the same way as what we've just seen in this story, illustrated by this story here. But let me just get, maybe say, 3 volunteers here to help me to do an illustration, a visual aid. Any 3 maybe from the front? Is it okay? Just get 3 of you. You just come here. Yeah. You don't have to speak now. It's okay. Yes. All right. Come on. Just. Yes. Thank you so much. You okay? Just one more.
One lady. So balance.
Yes. Come on. If you don't have to speak, because I believe that a picture says 1,000 words. So just by showing you, it'll be easier for you to understand. All right. Come on. Give them a hand for that courage. All right, please, gentlemen. Okay, what I like them to do is that they need to be able to line up right in front of me, facing me. Line up in front of me. So one behind the other. So one of you. Yes, the tallest. Okay, something like this. Okay. So now watch. This is something very interesting that I discovered years ago about influence. And I wrote actually an article recently to the Straits Times, and I shared this concept called the Trojan Horse concept. Now let's understand what it's about. Okay, I think this 3 man is blocking this scene, but later I will show you again. But what happened is this. Just like what we just learned from the metaphor earlier on, now communication takes place in the same way, where they're actually not just one person that you're communicating to. Now could you imagine this, right? Whenever you go up to your boss, asking for a pay rise, asking for a promotion, do you know that you're not speaking to just one boss, but there are 3 persons in the boss? Can you imagine that among your audience, every member of the audience, there are actually 3 persons in a member of an audience? Now this what happened is this. Now first of all, there's this one part of your boss or your audience which is called the conscious mind. Everyone say conscious mind. Conscious mind is what? The logical side of the mind, right? Remember just I mentioned the logos. Now who is conscious mind? A good friend here, Lawrence. Okay, so he is the conscious mind. And then we know that there is a second part of the mind called the what? The unconscious mind, right? The unconscious mind is what? The part of the mind that is not conscious of what's happening around you. And just now I think Ernest mentioned that most of the learning takes place what? Unconsciously. So unconscious is very powerful, right? And then we also know that unconscious part of the mind is also the part of the mind that is where our emotions reside. Interesting. So who is the unconscious mind, guys? Come on. Who? No, not him. It's this guy here, Haresh, the tall one. So he is, yeah. So who is this guy here? Who is this guy here? This, no, subconscious, no. This guy is someone called the CF. You know what CF? He's called the critical faculty. Everyone says critical faculty. You know who's the critical faculty? The critical faculty, yeah, this Hong Jie is the critical faculty. But you know, who is the critical? What's the function of the critical faculty? Now, this is what the critical faculty likes to do. You'll be always doing this. So what? Can meh? Are you sure? If I were to give you a pay rise, why would I give that guy the pay rise? Am I right? Are you following me? Or you know, you go out to someone's trying to sell you a product, you will always be sure or not. Are you sure? Do you have proof whether the product works or not? Am I right? Now this is always going through our mind. So there are actually three parts, not actually just one part of the mind. Great. So now the key here is this. So if we understand that earlier on that we mentioned that if we want to master the art of persuasion, which part of the mind should we be speaking to, connecting to? Quick one, unconscious. Now what's the problem here, guys? Let's say I'm going out here to convince this person. Stephen, now what's the problem? Just now you said you had to convince. Now what's the problem here? The problem is this guy is the reasoning mind. It's okay, you know, sometimes he just accepts you. But the problem is that there's this gatekeeper who's a nuisance. He's preventing your message from going past. Am I right? So now, what should we do? See, yeah.
Give me a few drinks.
Give me a few drinks, okay? I believe this is an invisible part of the mind, right? So what do we do? Yeah, bribe the boss, right?
Fire the boss.
Huh?
Fire the boss.
Fire the boss.
You attack the unconscious. You go
Yeah,
for the,
how do you attack?
you go and manage their emotion.
Yeah, but the thing is this, there's a critical faculty here. Just now, actually, the story actually revealed the answer. What was the story about?
The Trojan Horse.
Yes. So, you see, the thing is this. In order for you to learn the art of influence, the key lies in what? Crafting your Trojan horse to bypass the critical faculty.